I never imagined I'd find myself here, staring at the wreckage. I'd orchestrated, but here I am. My name is David.
I'm 36.
And I used to believe I had complete control over my marriage. I thought I knew every nuance, every hidden corner, every secret tucked away. I loved my wife, Lauren, more than I dare admit, or perhaps more than I should have. We'd been married for 8 years, and on the surface, everything appeared flawless. Friends always called us the perfect couple. Colleagues envied the balance we seemed to share, and family gatherings often ended with compliments about how we complemented each other so well. But perfection is a lie we tell ourselves to feel safe, and safety can be deadly. It began innocently enough, a thought I convinced myself was harmless. Lauren had always been a free spirit, radiant and charming in ways I sometimes admired, sometimes feared. Her flirtations had always been innocent, playful, yet undeniable. At first I laughed them off. I trusted her, or so I believed. But slowly, I began to notice subtle signs. Messages she hid too quickly, nights out without clear explanation, a restless energy that pricked the edges of my mind with unease. I could have ignored it, pretended it was nothing, but I was never built for pretense. I wanted proof, or maybe control. Perhaps I sought revenge before there was any offense. I cannot be certain. The idea seemed simple, almost logical in my twisted reasoning. Lauren trusted me implicitly. She had never doubted my intentions, never once questioned me. Birth control, a routine pill we'd relied on for years, was the tool. I made a subtle switch, minor enough to escape notice. I told myself it was harmless, temporary, a small test of the marriage's balance. I had no idea the storm a single calculated choice could unleash. Weeks passed. I observed her patterns, noted her habits, and waited. Then one evening she approached me, eyes wide, panic replacing the usual confidence she carried like armor. "David," she whispered, voice trembling. I think I'm pregnant." A heavy silence followed, thick with implications. I blinked, not out of confusion, but because the reality of what I'd done struck with an intensity I hadn't anticipated. My stomach churned, a blend of dread and disbelief, as if the air itself had turned toxic. "It's not mine," she added, almost in passing, but the weight of that declaration crushed the room. "It's Mark's. It has to be." Her voice fractured, trembling with guilt, fear, and desperation. I felt my hands tremble too, though I tried to mask it. Anger should have come naturally. I should have shouted, demanded explanations, accused, threatened. But what surged through me was darker, colder, a hollow inevitability. "You switched it," she said later, tears streaking her face. What did you do, David? How could you?" Her words faltered, stumbled, then dissolved into silence. I watched her, really watched, as terror mirrored the chaos roiling within me. She wasn't merely afraid of the pregnancy. She was afraid of me, of what I had become, of what we had become. And in that moment, I understood that I had crossed a line that could never be uncrossed. The following days blurred. Lauren pleaded, cried, and tried to manipulate me in ways I hadn't imagined. She called at work, texted endlessly, even appeared at my office. "Please, David, we can fix this," she begged. "We can make it work. I love you.
I swear ido.
You don't have to do anything drastic." Every word was carefully crafted to disarm me. In another time, it might have succeeded. Now, everything had changed. I saw her differently, and she saw herself differently too. The power had slipped from her hands. Mark, the other man, had been a ghost in our marriage long before he had physically intruded. A flirtation here, hidden message there, small betrayals that went largely unnoticed except by me. Now, the fruit of that betrayal was literal, undeniable, impossible to ignore. I found myself questioning how love, trust, and intimacy could twist into something so delicate,
So volatile, so dangerous.
I began documenting every detail in my mind. Conversations, reactions, avoidance of eye contact, the trembling of her hands. It became almost ritualistic. Observe, wait, assess. Friends noticed changes in me. They asked if things were okay at home. I lied, as we all do. "Everything's fine, just stress at work." But no one could see the war raging behind my eyes, the tension dense enough to suffocate anyone attempting closeness. One night, she cornered me in the kitchen, desperation leaking from every pore. "David," she whispered, raw and low, "please don't do anything drastic. Please, we can work this out. I can't lose you." Her hands shook as they gripped mine, and I felt a mix of pity, anger, and control. For the first time in years, the balance had shifted entirely. Mark had no notion of the chaos he had set in motion. He didn't realize the tension simmering silently within our home. He didn't know that a simple trust, a simple routine, had been weaponized. I wondered if he'd even care or if he'd simply vanish like others who brushed past my life. Yet beneath the anger and betrayal was a sharp clarity. Painful, raw lucidity. I understood her fear, her remorse, the panic in her eyes. Understanding did not equal forgiveness, and forgiveness was a luxury I was not ready to grant. I had crossed the line, yes, but so had she. In the aftermath, we were left with the stark, unforgiving consequences of our choices.